Welcome back to a special episode of Following Noadon, a Stormlight podcast. This week I thought we would do something special, and we would do a podcast current Stormlight trivia quiz. So, with the knowledge that you two have, I will pitch you both against each other, Eliot versus Paul, on a trivia quiz. And whoever wins will carry the crown forward. I plan on doing this multiple times, and I'll tailor these trivia quizzes each time. Before we get into the minutia, Paul, how are you?
I'm feeling seasonal. Feeling great.
I like your sweater.
It's that time of year.
Thank you.
Eliot?
Feeling great. I'm nervous going into this. I honestly have no idea what to expect, whether these are going to be like gimmies or stuff that no one in their right mind would ever find. So we'll find out.
I'm going to assume it's hard. So if I get one right, I think I will have aced this.
So there are certainly questions that are easier than others. I'll just say that. There are some easy ones and some not easy ones. Okay, so I need you guys to get a whiteboard and a dry erase marker. If you could go get some of those.
Got
it. I've got one here.
Wonderful. Okay. So the format of this, I'm going to ask you guys a question. If you know it or think you know it, you will write your answer down on your whiteboard. If about 30 seconds pass and neither of you have any clue, you guys can agree to ask for the multiple choice, and I will give you both the multiple choice. So if you are both stumped, I can give you multiple choice. If one of you has it and one of them doesn't, then, or one of you thinks you have it and one of you doesn't, then you guys don't have to agree to the multiple choice, and I won't give it to you. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Got it.
All right. There are 10 questions, but there are more than 10 points possible.
Okay.
First question. Eliot, do not look at your map.
Won't look at the map.
What mountain range is located between Yakaved and Alethkar?
Oh, no. It's the... Oh yeah. Okay. All right, I'm ready.
Where did he go?
I wrote big enough on my whiteboard. Where did Paul go?
I hear something.
Okay, so I think this mountain range is where Rock is from, and I think it's called the Horneater Peaks.
Okay.
I think.
I can't read what that says.
I hope it's not reversed for y'all.
Nope, that's straight. I can't read it though. What does it say?
Horneater Peaks. My handwriting is very bad.
Okay. Both of you had the Horneater Peaks, and both of you are correct.
Yeah.
I'm glad that was the only mountain range I could think of in general.
Okay.
That's where I was at too.
Good. We're off to a good start, guys. 100% win rate so far.
All right.
I like your whiteboard, Paul. Nice and portable.
Yeah, exactly. Real easy.
All right.
Understated.
Question 2. What is the name of the ocean that is to the east of Roshar? Way to block your answer.
Yeah, I can't let him find out my perfect answer.
I don't think I could read it anyway if you even don't block it.
So neither of you have wanted the multiple choice yet. That's interesting to me.
I'm completely guessing on this one, but I'm too competitive to let Paul have multiple choice, so
That's fair.
I'm ready.
All right, Paul, you can start us with this one.
Oh wow. Okay. Every time I write it, I feel like my handwriting is fine. Then I see the time move, and I'm like, oh no, it's not. I went with endless sea or endless
Okay.
ocean. Not certain.
Elliot?
That sounds good. I like that. I was trying to remember. I thought the east side was where the high storms come from, where the origin is. So I
Okay.
went with origins. But I don't know if I'm right, or I feel like I'm wrong.
Okay, so Paul, you're gonna hate yourself because the ocean to the west of Roshar is the endless ocean. Elliot, I will give it to you. The ocean to the east of Roshar is the ocean of origins.
All right, ocean. Okay. That was in the question, wasn't it? I should have known that.
I will give it to you. 2-1 for Elliot. All right. Question 3. Complete the quote.
Oh boy.
Zeth, Sun Vallano, truthless of Shinovar, WoR white.
Can I ask a clarifying question? You can say yes or no. You don't have to answer, I guess. Is it just one word?
No.
Or is it okay?
Finish the sentence. Elliot's doing a lot of writing over there.
It's a lot of words. Which probably means I'm wrong. Oh gosh, hope this is legible. Okay.
You are leading. Elliot, you can lead us.
Okay. Start me off with the first half and I'll finish it.
Zeth, Sun Vallano, truthless of Shinovar, WoR white.
On the day he was to kill a king.
Okay. Paul.
If I'm close, I'll be happy.
Okay. So I had one very similar. Zeth, WoR white on the day he killed. So that's the more vague version of what Elliot said. I think I'm pretty confident in Elliot's, I'll be honest.
All right. So Elliot is 100% correct.
Woo!
Congratulations. Well done.
I'm impressed.
Paul gets half a point.
I was going to say that is tough because
it's not a full point.
Yeah. I'll give you half a point.
I'll take half.
A third of a point at least.
So Paul is at 1.5 points and Elliot is at 3 points. All right. Question 4. What is Kaladin's mother's name?
Oh no.
We might have to do multiple choice.
I'm enjoying
We'll
myself.
think for a little bit, but might have to.
Oh. I know the first letter, like for sure, but like I have no idea the rest of it. I'd probably go for multiple choice if you were in on it, Paul.
I'm cool with it. I'm not certain.
Okay. I will give you the multiple choice. All right. What is Kaladin's mother's name? A. Harel. B. Vivenna. C. Idris. Or D. Hesina.
All right, I got it. Well, I have an answer. I'll say that much.
Okay.
I too have an answer.
All right, Paul, what is it?
I went with D. Misspelled, probably Hesina.
Okay. Elliot, what do you have?
I also went with probably misspelled Hesina.
I believe you both misspelled it because there's only one S.
Yeah.
But yes, that is correct. Kaladin's mother's name is Hesina.
All right.
Good work. Good work. Are you guys overperforming or right where you thought you'd be for this so far?
Oh, I'm happy.
Elliot hasn't missed one, has he?
He has not
Let's
yet.
go.
Way better than I thought.
I have gotten more than one, so exceeding expectations.
You're at 2.5.
Yeah.
All right, question 5. According to Dalinar's visions, what is the name of the being that corrupts Spren?
Oh, we just read this too. Ish.
This has been rather recent. I will say that.
But the name is mentioned like once, right? And then it's gone maybe
Yep.
twice. Ooh. I might need multiple choice on.
Yeah, I'm gonna need it.
Okay. Is it A, the Night Watcher, B, the Stormfather, C, Ja Anat, or D, Adonalcium?
I was way more certain about Kaladin's monthly than I am this one.
All right. Elliot, go first.
I have, I'm sure, another butchered name. My apologies to this person. Ja Anat.
Okay. C, Ja Anat. Paul.
I went differently. I went Night Watcher.
Okay.
Yeah.
The answer is Ja Anat. And Elliot,
Yeah.
you'll be happy to know that you spelled it correctly.
I
With
couldn't decide whether it was a J or a Z in there, but I went with a J. Okay, sweet, awesome.
With the hyphen
I
and
don't know if-
everything.
Okay,
That's
well
correct.
I don't know if I should care whether Ja Anat is offended or not, but you're
would've
welcome,
guessed
Ja
on that
Anat,
for
Yeah.
apostrophe.
spelling your name.
Ja Anat's definitely very offended.
Okay.
Okay. Question 6. What is the type of flute that Wit gives Kaladin?
A musical one?
Magic flute. Pokey flute.
What kind of flute?
Wit gives it a very specific name when he gives it to Kaladin.
This is Trevor's favorite chapter. He's going to be pretty disappointed in us for not knowing this.
It's okay. I've read it more than you have. I also have multiple choice for this if you'd like it.
If Paul is willing, I'm definitely going to need, because I am in the dark.
I feel like it's right on the tip of my tongue, but I do need the multiple choice.
Okay. Is it A, world singer's flute? B, a flute of origins? C, a bridgeman's flute? Or D, a trailman's flute?
Pretty sure you made this one up. I'm going to be looking it up afterwards.
Okay. Feel free to fact check me, but I'm fairly confident. Are we ready?
Got it.
All right, Paul, what do you got?
I didn't write it out. I just wrote the letter. But a world singer's flute.
A world singer's flute. Okay, Elliot?
That is also what I went with, because I did remember them talking about world singers, at least I think.
Yeah, I second guessed it for a second there because I know he talked about Sigsel.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, maybe that wasn't the same as the flute, but I'm pretty sure it is.
All right. The answer is D, a trailman's flute. You are both
What?
incorrect.
That was actually the one I thought it wasn't. It's not that.
I'm happy I
I'm going to
stumped
go
you
look
on.
that one up as soon as we're done here.
Feel free. I looked it up myself. All right. Question 7. What are the different types of spheres called in order of monetary value?
Oh no.
You really did
Oh,
this
gosh.
one to us.
This isn't even the hardest one on the quiz.
Oh dear.
Okay.
I'm gonna take a
Okay.
shot at this. I don't even need any help on this one. As long as I don't need to know like what denominations they are of each other, because of that I have no idea.
That you don't. You. There's no way you could know that from the information you have.
Okay, just to make sure I have this right. It's not like the. Okay, maybe I need to hear the question one more time. So it's the denominations of sphere, like the type of sphere, not like the gem inside it.
Not.
right?
We're not talking about gemstones. We are talking about
Okay.
sphere size. If that helps you.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, cool.
I'm ready. I'm gonna be wrong, but I'm ready.
I like the confidence.
I'm like right on the edge.
I'm half
like-
confident in my answer. I'm pretty sure of a couple of these and completely unsure on a couple others.
There's like one that I know is there somewhere, and I just don't remember it. But I think
Elliot, just to make sure you understand the question, you didn't do like types of gems, right? You did the size of gemstones.
No. Yes.
Okay, got it.
Correct.
Yep.
there's one I have listed on here that I don't know if it's in the book series altogether.
Sure.
But I think I'm as ready as all.
Who's starting? Is Paul starting us this time?
I think, sure.
Okay.
So also I don't remember exactly how I went with. There's about 4.
Okay.
So maybe that's wrong already. But I had chip. I guess a pence. I think that's a thing.
Okay.
A shilling
Sure.
and a brome.
Okay.
Brome or brown. Handwriting is atrocious.
Elliot?
That's probably way off.
So we were going in the right direction. I too felt like there were 4, but I couldn't come up with a 4th. So all I have is I have chip as the
Mark.
lowest. I have brome as the highest, and then I went with mark in the middle. I don't
That
know. I'm
sounds really
unsure.
right.
All right. I am giving a full point to Elliot and no credit for Paul because Elliot is completely correct. Chip, mark, brome,
Hey!
It's true.
and
So there's not a 4th.
I
It's just 3 of
I
them.
couldn't remember the middle ones.
Paul, if you had put a mark instead of a pence or a shilling, I would have given you a point because you just threw in an extra one, but you're missing mark, so I can't give you the point.
True.
Nice job,
I did not
Elliot.
remember Mark. I knew there was one
Thank
in
you.
there. I did not know what it was.
If you want to get fancy, you could have said gem heart after brome because that's like this
Oh, wow.
massive thing that they chip spheres into, but
Mhm.
it's okay.
Oh yeah, that's Starbucks coffee. That'll be 3 gem hearts.
Yeah, exactly. All right. This is a hard one. I will not lie.
Bring it.
There's multiple choice available if you need. What are the names of the 3 cities that Capsule uses in his examples of cymatics?
I'm assuming I can't look at my map.
No, probably not. I don't think your map would really help you anyway. Yeah, I mean, it would give you the names of cities, but
You said 3 cities?
he uses 3 cities. And to jog your memory a little bit, Yasna asks him for a 4th, and he can't produce it. But this is a demonstration he does for Shalon. And he does 3 patterns that look like 3 cities. What are those 3 cities?
I think I know 2 of them. But also
That's kind of where I'm at too.
I'm probably going to need the multiple choice if I want a chance at getting 100%.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll give you the multiple choice, but write what you think you have now, and then I'll give you the multiple choice.
Okay.
A. Vedenar, Cassator, and Cadrix. B. Urithiru, Icewater, and Kolinar. C. Vadinar, Thalen City, and Kolinar. Or D. Cadrix, Elendel, and Thalen City.
Okay, so are we now giving our third guess, or are we choosing one of those?
You're choosing one of those options. It doesn't matter what
Okay.
you already had.
Oh, okay. Then I think I know what I'm choosing.
Okay.
So the two I had before choice, the two I had in my head were Kolinar and Vadinar. And I think the only one in your options that would work then would be to add Thalen City to that. So that's what I'm going for.
And Paul, what do you have?
So the number one that I thought I remembered was Urithiru. So
Okay.
I had that, and then I thought it was like one of the old ones, and so I put Alethala.
Uh-huh.
And the only one that you had with Urithiru was B, I believe. I would think the other cities were like
Icewater.
And something else.
And Kolinar, which is in Alethkar.
Yes, Kolinar, yeah. So that's what I went with. I just didn't write out the others.
All right. This point goes to Eliot as well, because this is C. It is Vadinar, Kolinar, and Thalen City.
They did talk about Urithiru, right? Though
they did talk about Urithiru.
So you were on the right track, Paul. That was just the red herring.
Yep.
If there was, yeah, true.
Yasna challenges him and says, "Okay, reproduce Urithiru for me." And he's like, "Oh, I can't reproduce myths." And she's like, "Oh, I thought you were an Arden. I thought you believed in myths all the time."
I see. Was that the chapter that I deemed unnecessary? Or is that a different one? I think that was a different one.
I think it was a different one, but I will say Eliot has an advantage. Eliot has an advantage for that one because there's a whole page of artwork in the book for that chapter, so it's a little bit more memorable of the patterns and stuff, so you're a little bit disadvantaged there. But okay, question 9. 2 more to go. I will be awarding the point to whoever gets this most correct because I don't anticipate either one of you to get it 100% correct. I don't think I could.
Man. Have some faith.
Question 9. Name all 10 high princes at the time of the Way of Kings.
High princes of Alethkar?
Of Alethkar.
High princes of Alethkar. Oh, goodness.
I'm going to have to stand up for this one.
Write down your gimmies and then start thinking. Also, there's no multiple choice for this.
Our chapters we most recently read in Words of Radiance were actually a good little study guide for this question.
True.
Somebody somewhere, I'm sure, has like a mnemonic or like a little nursery rhyme to remember all these.
Paul, I don't know if you remember this episode, but there was an episode where I brought up some artwork for you to look at, and it's all 10 war camps, and all 10 of their names are on that piece of art, and I remember a specific section where you're like, okay, I'm going to study these because they're going to come up later.
The time is now.
Yeah, that did not age well.
Doesn't help that some of their names are really similar.
True. A lot of Alethi names are similar because there's only so many palindromes you can do.
Right, they're goofy palindromes.
Elliot's really racking his brain over here.
I'm really racking my brains. I'm missing several here, and I know I should know them.
If you were to ask me without me studying, I probably would have gotten 7.
I have 7 right now, but I'm not confident in a handful.
I'm at 7.5 right now. Shalon would know this.
Shalon would know this.
She's done her studying. I have not. There's one I know I should know, and I'm completely blanking on it. And then there's another one I think I'm just not going to get. I'm probably as close as I'm going to get.
That's how I felt too. There's one that I think we read about recently that I know I should know. but I just don't know.
If I get 5 out of 10, I'll be happy here.
Me too.
All right. Looks like you both are
I'll
done.
reveal first.
I'll catch you there.
So
Go
I
for
can-
it, Paul, so you can
So
sit
I
down.
can sit down.
Yeah.
So starting from the top, we have High Prince Dalinar. I'm pretty sure the next one's wrong, but Elokar,
Okay.
Sadius,
Okay.
Aladar,
Okay.
Amaram, Ruthar, and Melokar were the ones that I could think of.
All right. You
Melokar
have
was kind of a stretch. I don't know.
1, 2, 3, 4. You have 4 correct out of your 6 guesses there. So
Seven guesses.
Ruthar is correct, Aladar is correct, Sadius is correct, and Dalinar is correct.
Okay. Yeah, I put Amaram and Elokar, and I was like, I don't think so, but yeah.
All right.
I thought Amaram too, but then I remembered he's like a sub prince dude.
Yep. All right, Elliot, what do you got?
Okay, so I had Dalinar, Sadius, Ruthar, and Aladar, just
Roion.
like you did. I had Roion in there
Mhm.
with those dudes. The other R. Now it gets dicey. I think there's a dude named Vama or close to that.
Okay.
Then there's another dude that's like Hatham or close to that.
Okay.
And then there's a guy that starts with an S. And I just read about him earlier
That's what I was
today,
thinking of.
but I'm completely blanking on his name and cannot come up with it. It's longer than all the rest of these, but it starts with an S.
I almost just guessed a random long S name, but didn't.
Yeah.
Because I think.
And then there's another one. There's another one that's going to be obvious, and then I think there's a 10th that I'm just going to completely. I have no idea.
All right, to put you both out of your misery, it's Sabariel, who you're
Yes!
supposed to be thinking about.
What was I gonna guess?
Elliot, all of yours are correct, so the point does go to Elliot. Hatham, Vama, Aladar, Uthar, Roion, who I know you're kicking yourself for missing, Paul. Sadius, Dalinar, and then we have Thanadal, who you might recognize,
Oh.
and
Yeah.
Bethab, who you probably don't recognize.
Yeah.
Thanadal's the one I should have come up with. Yeah, I don't even recognize that last one.
Yeah. I
Wow.
don't think I've
Tough
heard
one.
that other name. Bethab. Whatever. That is.
All right, so Paul, you might be thinking I'm too far behind to win this. However, question 10. Name all 10 heralds. 1 point
dear.
each.
It's redundant.
You might be thinking to yourself, how many heralds have we met at our point? And I will answer for you. You have met 3. Technically, you've met 5, but you've only been introduced to 3.
I
And
don't like that.
they are still, you still could come up with the names had you looked in Ars Arcanum of the Way of Kings.
Which I did. But oops.
They drop random references to stuff too that I feel like they might be in. So, clarifying question though, some of them seem to have, and we haven't really answered this so far in what we've read, seem to have like multiple versions of their name. Will you
Sure.
accept like any version?
Whatever, doesn't matter. If you are
Okay.
referring
That's what I
to
was gonna
if you are
ask.
referring to the herald correctly, doesn't matter who's talking, I'll give you the point.
Okay.
Cool. This is one we cannot be judging spelling on, all right?
Oh yeah, spelling does not count. I will be thoroughly impressed if you get more than 3.
I've got the 3. I'm trying to come up with another one. I remember specific instances of writing like names down in my notes and being like, who the heck is this? So I could probably like go back in my notes and find these in like 30 seconds, but obviously that'd be cheating.
It would be cheating. This is one of those where I had to be very careful and think about what you know and what you don't, because there are some that you have been introduced to, but they've not been named for you, so it's tough.
I want to throw out some crazy answers here.
I won't.
But then you like can't tell me whether I'm right or not.
Sure. I won't be spoiling anything.
I'm really bothered because there's one that I know I'm gonna hear in the first 30 seconds after this.
Uh-huh.
I just can't think of the name. But we'll see.
All right. What do you got, Paul?
So I had 4 guesses. 2 of them I know.
Okay.
The other one is a guess, and one is I know it's mentioned. No, I'll just show it. So I have Kalak, and then Taln, or I gave it a guess to spell Talanali Len, something like that.
Uh-huh.
I wrote recent Stone Sinew. They talked about one recently with the Stone Sinew, but no clue what the name was.
Oh yeah.
Then I threw Hoyt on there. He seems to know too much about heralds to not be one at some point. I don't know.
All right. I'm giving you 2 points for that. Kalak and Talon. Elliot, what do you got?
Yeah, that's fair.
I have Talonel or Talon, yeah, that
Mhm.
guy. I also have Kalak or
Yes.
Kelek, I think he's been referred to as. Yezrian was the other one
Yezrian.
I had, or we had another version of his name, I think, but I don't recall exactly what it was. Now I get a little crazy. I should have put Hoyt on there because, yeah, I kind of feel that way. I feel like if he's a herald, you probably can't tell us. The 2 I wrote down here in the bottom, I have Life Brother and I have Stormfather. I think that the Stormfather is one of the heralds, and then I think Life Brother was one of those random, offhand mentions that I'm completely guessing is a reference to a herald. I don't know if you can tell me whether I get a point or not for that, but those were the 5 I could come up with.
Alrighty. I'm giving you 3 points for that.
Yeah, I'm
Talonel,
not surprised.
Yezrian, and Kalak. And backing up to the Way of Kings in Ars Arcanum, there's this chart. I don't know if you can see that, but
I cannot.
I will put it on screen for those watching at the moment. And it is the 10 essences and their historical associations. It goes Sapphire, Smokestone, Ruby, Diamond, Emerald, Garnet, Zircon, Amethyst, Topaz, and Heliodor. But in front of them, it has a number, and the first number is Jess, which is short for Yezrian. The second number is Non, which is short for Nalan, which is one of the heralds. And it goes from there. So Chach, Shanaranach is one of them. Vev, Pala, Shash, Betab, Kak, which is short for Kalak. Tanat, which is short for Talenalat. And Ishi. So if you had given those numbers, I would have given it to you. So if you counted to
memorized.
if you counted to 10 in Alethea, I would have given it to you.
Okay. I did actually notice, fun fact, in one of the recent readings, on the audiobook, they've always said Yezrian, but they definitely said Jezrian.
Mhm.
Oh
In one
yeah.
of the recent ones. I think it was a different reader. I think it was Kate instead of the other one. Anyways,
All right.
which is kind of funny.
I think I don't know how many points Elliot has, but I'm fairly certain that Elliot has won this one.
That's true.
You guys
Like
who are
6.5 or something, yeah.
you guys who are watching know Elliot's score. But we will call it there. Thanks for joining us on this special episode, and we'll be doing this again in the future.
Good match,
Very
Paul.
fun. Good game.